All right, so in this video, we're going to go over the presentation, okay? This is for Google Ads. So this is the first slide here. Obviously, you want to change this for your own business. And so what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you're making this your own. Obviously, change out any type of images, any type of information to reflect your market, who you're looking to acquire, right, as a client. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go over a complete, overview at a very high level as far as how this works, okay? And very simply, it's just a matter of, okay, we have a Google ad, okay? And then they see the ad, they go to a landing page, they submit their information, and then they go to a thank you page, and then that information gets sent to them via automation, typically through Zapier, okay? And so they'll have the option to either call or submit their information, or sometimes they may submit their information and call at the same time. But this is just giving you an overview of how you're going to present this to your prospective client. So want to give them a high level overview, right? And then you want to get into the market research and campaign tracking. So this is where you're going to do your market research for the client and let them know that, hey, what we do is we research your market. We make sure to find, what type of prospects are going to make the most sense, right, as far as your audience. And then we set up the conversion pixels, which allow us to track all the different conversions. And then here you can see we have the website, and then it goes to the Google Tag Manager. And that essentially is what allows us to track all the information, right? So this is the market research and campaign tracking. And then we walk through the keyword ad group. So this is where you talk about that you're going to be doing keyword research and that your team sets up these ad groups and ad types and sets them up in particular groups, right? Based off of what makes the most sense for their particular business. And throughout this, you want to be involving them as much as possible. Hey, John, any questions that you have as far as the keyword ad groups, the keyword research, how this is structured, right? And then the next thing is ad copywriting and landing page design, okay? So then here, we're going over the fact that our team, or if you're working by yourself, right? However, you want to always mention your team, because even though you're working by yourself, if you're looking to work with DashClicks or whatever that may be, you always want to talk in terms of our team, we, and not talk about yourself, okay? So then here you talk about, hey, our copywriters are going to create the different ad copy. We're going to set up the landing page. We're going to handle all of that so that we make sure that we're finding the winning ads and scaling those and weeding out the time wasting curiosity clicks, right? So this is going to be a big deal when we go through the closing, because this is massive here, right? Because we're talking about ad copywriting for the particular ad, and then also split testing, right? And then the landing page design, because some companies, some marketing agencies out there will just charge, several thousands just for the landing page, right? So we want to make sure that we're letting them know that we're creating all of this and this is all included. And we're going to use this to our advantage in the closing of this presentation, and I'll show you on that slide. And so the next thing here we want to talk about is the ad placements, okay? And so what I would do here is I would go to Google and type in whatever, keywords make the most sense for that business. Let's say it's a dentist. You can put in, dentist near me, and then take a screenshot so that you can show your client, right, prospective client, where they're going to be showing up when people are actually searching for those keywords, right? You have the visual representation on the left, and then on the right-hand side, they're actually able to see the ads, okay? And then we have the ad, landing page, and sales funnel design. And so this is huge here, because what we're doing is we're walking them through visually how this is going to work. Obviously, you want to set up your own ad here, landing page, and you can take an example from online or whatever that may be, but just have a visual representation here of how it's going to look so they can see it, right? So we have the ad there, and then they're going to a landing page. And then once they go on a landing page, they're going to call or submit their information, and then they're going to get routed to a thank you page. And typically, we want to provide some sort of incentive to help them and to get them to take action sooner rather than later, right? Typically right there and then. Okay, and then the next step here is going over the campaign management and optimization. And so we want to let them know here that we're going to be managing the campaign, right? And continually optimizing and maximizing the campaign. And so you can mention here, like we have on the text, our team handles this on a daily, weekly basis where we're looking in there, we're looking at the data, we're looking to optimize and maximize as much as possible. This includes, removing underperforming ads, keywords, testing new keywords, adding negative keywords, right? And so we're just continually optimizing the campaign, and you really want to emphasize that because as we continue with the campaign is going to inevitably improve and increase as far as the number of leads, and the cost per lead is going to inevitably go down, right? And then we have the ad process all over again here. It's just a simple overview like we went through in the very first slide. We're just summarizing how this whole process works from a very high level, okay? And then we're going to go into a campaign scenario. Now, this is crucial here. These next two slides are extremely important because you want to be able to showcase to your prospective client what they can expect as far as leads and a return on investment, okay? And so this is something that I pulled up here as an example. So what I have here is I have people that are looking for small business funding, bad credit, loans, right? And so what I put together is a little scenario, and I showed that, okay, here around the middle of this curve, right? We have 71 conversions, average cost per action, 29. Now we have a video in the Google Ads section that actually covers this, how you can go over to the keyword planner and set this up, okay? Basically, all you're doing in the keyword planner is you're selecting some keywords, and then you're setting up as far as what Google is recommending as far as the average conversions and the cost, okay? And so this is going to really help you with your closing because you're showing your prospective clients real data from Google, right? And so based off of spending $2,000, you should get, 71 leads, right? At an average cost per lead of $29. And always mention that this is just starting out. This is not including our continual optimization and maximizing of the budget. So this is just something to give them an overview and understand that, hey, this is what we can expect somewhere around here. And the big thing here is that they get to see data directly from Google, okay? So based off of the numbers here, you then want to go and create your campaign ROI example, okay? And so this is where you've taken the information from the previous slide and you're saying, okay, so let's say that on average we get you 35 leads per month, and 25 of those leads actually meet your criteria. Let's say you have an average of 25% close ratio. That would be 6 closed deals each month, right? At $5,000, this is where you need to understand the value of the customer for your client, right? And then we're laying out the scenario that if each customer is worth $5,000 to them, right? Then 6 closed deals at $5,000, that's $30,000 in revenue each month, right? Through your system. And so now they've anchored this in their mind and they've seen, wow, each month I can expect to make anywhere around, $30,000 a month. That is huge because then when you go into the next slides and you talk about your price, right? Then it's going to be very minimal in comparison to how much they're actually going to be making as a return, right? So you've anchored this in their mind. They're seeing $30,000, right? And so now we're going into the actual closing and showing of the price. So here, this is where we're showing the value stack, everything that we're actually including in the program. So as you can see here, we have the, become a local celebrity in your market, exclusivity in your market, research, keyword research, creation for the ad groups, copywriting, landing page and sales funnel design, and then campaign bid optimization, right? So we're attaching a number to all of these specifically, okay? And so what this is coming out to is 10,500, right? But you're going to let your client know, hey, Obviously, this is not where we're going to charge you, but this is the value of what we're providing, right? And so this is where you have your pricing. And so this is where we have two different tiers, okay? You can do tier 3 as well, which is 12-month, which is going to be less. However, I've found that most clients like to do either 3 or 6. So you can add a 12-month agreement there. Make sure that it makes sense as far as numbers wise, okay? So tier 1 here is a 3-month term, okay, for $24.97, and it includes ad spend. And then tier 2 is a 6-month term for $19.97, okay? Now notice here, the only difference in both of these packages is the actual length and the price. So if they choose a longer term, right, then it's going to be less, versus if they choose 3 months, it's going to be more. And so with this, typically what I like to do is I say, hey, listen, it's going to be $24.97. However, for us to get started, it's just going to be $1,500. And that's going to be our cost for our management fee to get everything up and running. And the additional $1,000 or up to $1,000 is going to be spent with Google. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put your card on file, and we're going to use up to $1,000 in ad spend. Now, I don't like also getting the client's ad budget as a fee, because that can cause a lot of problems. I know people have done this, and they're trying to rack up points for their credit card and all this stuff. However, if for whatever reason they are not happy with the results, for whatever reason they want to get their money back, you're going to be on the hook to refund them not only the management fee, but also the cost for the actual ad spend. Okay. Now, if you want to do that and you're okay with that, and you want to be a little bit more risky, understand that you can do it, but I would recommend that you don't, because it just causes more problems than it provides benefits. Okay, so that's my take on it. If you want to get the whole entire payment, you can get that, but I would recommend when you're doing this, okay, as far as including ad spend, just keeping it, hey, listen, it's $24.97. However, it's only going to be $1,500 for us to get started as far as our management fee, and the rest of that is going towards our campaign budget. Okay, same thing here. So for this one, this means that we're only getting $9.97. So we're only getting $1,000 as our management fee, and the $1,000 is going to the ad spend. Okay, so that's how you want to communicate that to your prospective clients, that it's only going to be $9.97 or $1,000 to get started, and the rest of that they're going to get billed at the end of the month from Google. Okay, so that's going to be it here for the Google Ads presentation, and we'll see you on the next one.